Right then guys, welcome back to Line Bites, my YouTube channel. Literally just finished filming the outro for the Northern Disney blog that has already been up for a couple of weeks now by the time you see this, and I'm sat here on Kew Lakes at Poolbridge Farm. Spent a large part of last night deciding whether to stay on Northern Disney or to come back up north, and when I was having a look on the Lake Bookings membership page for Kew Lakes, saw that there were a few pegs free on here. Having had one of the bigger fish, Tammy, come out recently at £33, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to probably fish this one last time before I head back down south. There are a lot bigger fish in here, up to high 30s, and I think they think that the bigger of them are going to go over 40 potentially this summer, if not next. So yeah, I really wanted to get down here and just get amongst it. Currently on peg 10, which is the only peg that I could get onto, and it's exactly the same peg that I fished last time, so fingers crossed it'll be as good to me then. In terms of where I'm fishing at the moment, so I've got 3 rods out to the far bank, one which is my right hand rod to the overhanging willow, then I've got another one just in the centre, and then one to the left, all fishing up against the margins, which I've put a bait of pellet and SLK and S7 out that I've been again glugging in the yeast extract. I've also found a spot probably about 7 rod lengths out, just to the left of the peg, and what happens is it's just like a plateau basically, and I've been putting a bit of bait on that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on topping that up with a bit of bait every couple of hours, and then probably move my left hand rod onto that this evening and see if that produces a fish. The lake's been fishing pretty hard even though one of the big ones has been out, so I'm not expecting miracles, but we're on the bank, and when you're on the bank you're always within a shout of catching a fish, so hey, here's hoping. I'm just going to sit here now, tie a few more bags up, and I've got a bit of life admin to do in terms of ringing letting agents and things like that. But weather at the moment, it's a lot warmer than I was expecting it to be. It's a strong wind. I think it's due to change direction and hopefully start bashing into the corner that I'm in. Fish here do follow the wind, so yeah, hopefully that change happens and it brings with me a few runs. Had a couple of line bites on the right hand rod already, but yeah, nothing materialised. So without further ado, I do hope you enjoy this blog. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and leave comments down below on where you'd like to see me fish, and also how you think I can improve the blog. Thank you very much, and yeah, enjoy. Well guys, that's a turn up for the book. I was just literally sat here doing a bit of admin, and the rod that's under the willow absolutely shot off like a rocket. Bit of a weird looking fish, this one, I'm not going to lie to you. It's got a mouth like nobody's business. Proper war wounds, but yeah. Wow, gleaming. I thought it was a ghostie to start with, just the colour of it in the water. But no, it's just a mirror. Really sparsely scaled as well. Let's see what she weighs. I've already zeroed the sling as well, so no dramas with that. Okay, and then guys, 19.6. Not a bad way to open the account with this very, very lively fish. It fell to one of those glugged isotonic wafters, the white ones that I'd put the yellow onto, the yellow isotonic, and yeah, it seemed to work pretty well with that solid bag. So let's see if I can get her up without kicking off too much. Very, very lively, this fish. There we go. Hey, see, told you. Just calm down. Let's see if she'll honour us with a quick look at her. She's going again. There we go. There we go. 19.6 of Kew Lake. Kew Lake, Poolbridge Farm mirror. Let's have a look at the other side quickly. Very, very strange shaped fish, this one. It's really weird. It's like it's got a body like it's been through a mangler. Right. There you go. Look at that. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Right, so I just thought I'd take the time now, whilst we've got it, to just show you the rig that I'm using. So it's the standard solid bag rig that I use absolutely everywhere. No change to it at all, really, apart from a few minor details. You can see the video of how I make it up on my best solid bag rig in the world video, which is up at the moment. So what we've got, big fan of the Avid quick bag stems. Great. This is the short one that I'm using today, and I've actually, rather than gone for the swivel, we've gone for the quick change, which you can just about see there when the camera comes back into focus. Attached to that, gone up in lead size today, so we're using a 3.5 ounce Fox lead. It's one of these newer camo ones, not really sure what the name is, but yeah, heavier, and it looks cooler, which obviously makes it more susceptible to tripping up carp. Attached to that, rather than going for the coated hook link that I'd normally use, what I've actually got is a soft hook link today, non-coated, and that again is just Corda attached to a size 6 crank, set up like a German rig. I'm really favouring these yellow and pink kickers. I don't know whether it's just a thing that I take confidence in, but yeah, they seem to be doing the business. And then attached to it is just a one of the little white wafters that I've been glugging in the isotonic goo, and that's what produced the first bite. Yeah, so if you're interested in making this rig, then please head over onto the other video. I've put a link in the description so that you can watch that and replicate it. Well, what a turn up for the books that was. Lake's been fishing pretty hard by all accounts. The Facebook group has been very quiet, with only a few fish coming out per session, and a couple of locals that were on the peg that I'm on and the ones down from me were leaving as I came on and said it's been fishing really out of sorts at the moment. So I'm absolutely buzzing to have been here just a few hours, rods in the water maybe an hour or two, and to have my first fish on the bank. 19.6, so not a bad way to open the account, and it just means that I can sit back now and enjoy the session. I'm feeling pretty greedy though. I want another one, and ideally I'd like to get into that 20 or break that 20-pound barrier at Q Lake. I haven't managed to do it yet, and that'd just top it off. 2 sessions in 2 days and 2 20s from 2 different venues. I think that'd be pretty decent achievement, to be honest. Pretty decent achievement. I did think that fish was a ghostie, to be honest, when I was first bringing it in. It fought like hell, and when you could see it moving around in the clear water, it was really almost orange, to be honest. I could have sworn it was a ghostie, but it wasn't. It was just that really oddly shaped fish. Yeah, it was like a sock full of porridge. Really weird body shape, not unsimilar to myself at the moment. Rods are back out on the spot again now, and I've not seen anything showing for a little while. I'm just going to sit and scan the water and see what happens, but yeah, I'm really happy with that and pretty chilled. So yeah, let's just take it steady and see what happens. So it's just gone 1800, and yeah, I've just got the rods back out again on 3 fresh bags. Since that first fish, haven't really had anything apart from one rod, which when I lifted into it, it was like it was almost like an aborted take, or a trailer had got hold of it, because I lifted into nothing. So it was quite strange. Weather's changed quite drastically. Temperatures really dropped. That's the biggest thing, and yeah, wind direction's still the same. Since earlier on, far more anglers are now on the lake, and the pegs have become fuller and fuller. So it seems like that pressure has kind of turned the fish off, showing themselves. They're not really boshing out and crashing again like they were earlier on. But I mean, there's still a lot of time. No one else apart from me has had a fish yet, and yeah, on my last session most of my fish came during the night, even the ones that I missed. So I'm feeling pretty confident. Even if that fish during the day was an anomaly, it still saved a blank, and it means that I can sit here and relax a bit. So yeah, happy with this. It's going well. We've got no pressure. We've already put a fish on the bank, and things could be a lot worse. Could be at work. On YouTube, it's just gone 20 to 8, and I've been up for a few hours now just watching the water. Pretty quiet night last night. Had a few liners on the middle rod at about 2-3 o'clock this morning, but apart from that, absolutely nothing. The weather's changed completely today. It's like an absolute mill pond out there. There's no wind at all. It's still overcast, but it's looking pretty carpy, to be honest. At 7 o'clock, had a run on my middle rod. Was dozing on my bed chair at the time, and I don't know about you, but when I'm asleep I always struggle to hit a run unless it's like an absolute one-toner, and this was, yeah, I was in a world of it, not really aware of what was going on. And yeah, that one was probably on me, to be honest. One toner, then it went to a drop back bite because I took a little too long to get out of the brolly. And by the time I picked it up, yeah, the fish had gone. Recast all the rods this morning. I've put the left one out to a showing fish on the far margin, which was an area that I actually baited up last night. The plateau didn't produce anything. Right hand rod, about 10-15 minutes ago, had a really twitchy line bite, but nothing's really happened since then. I'm just making myself a brew now. I'm probably going to pack up at about 9 o'clock. I've got a bloody busy day today, and yeah, I want to get home and get showered and sorted out before I have to get on with everything that life throws at you. So yeah, I'm just going to sit and chill out for a little while, and hopefully we've got one last chance to put another fish on the bank. It'd be great if we could. Yeah, it always feels a bit anticlimactic, doesn't it, when you have a session and you catch at the front end, but then it goes quiet for the rest of the session. It doesn't really feel like it lives up to the hype or the anticipation that that fish sets. So yeah, as much as I'd be happy with just the one fish, I mean, two's not too much to ask for, is it? Well, fish has just jumped over my middle rod. I'm feeling really confident now. I think we might be able to produce one more just before we leave. They're definitely on the munch. Seeing quite a few showing signs of it, and yeah, it's looking good. I mean, I wish I was on for longer, but you know, I've got to go. So got an hour and a half. I think we might be able to do something. I'm in two minds whether to change my right hand rod again or not, since it had that twitchy liner. I'm wondering whether it was an aborted take, but I think I'm just going to sit on my hands and yeah, continue to watch the water. It's nail biting stuff. Coots and moorhens are putting on a show for us this morning as well. They're all barneying and showing off in front of each other as well, which is quite amusing. A couple of them got scared to death by a fish which was jumping right over their spot. You would have thought they were going to die, which, to be fair, when they live in this lake, isn't so far-fetched. Lad in the peg next to me in peg 9 told me that a few weeks ago. A couple of lads saw a catfish take one of the ducks. So catfish are big. They go up to at least 65 pounds in there. Not that I've ever seen any of them, but I know a lot of the regulars get them, and I'm quite happy that I haven't seen them and I managed to avoid them. So yeah, it's not within it's within the realms of possibility that duck was brown bread. So let's see what happens. I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I don't know about you guys, but through the course of a season, stuff just tends to get chucked away or into the tackle box, even if it's empty, which isn't always great. To be fair, I am an officer in the army, and a lot of my seniors and former 2ICs will probably tell you, yeah, admin is not his strong point. So I'm just going through that. I've also got an inordinate amount of pop-ups from Sticky and mainline that I just do not use. I've got Cell, Bloodworm, Krill, Banoffee, Bucaberry, Peach, Websters, things like that. I tend to just use DNA and the CC More Northern Specials, and yeah, they're taking up quite a lot of room in my tackle box, and to be honest, I pretty much won't get rid of them if I don't give them away. So if anyone would like any pop-ups, I've got about 10-12 tubs. Just hit me up in the comments below and I'll get them sent out to you, because otherwise I just won't end up doing it and they'll sit there forever, and I'd rather they went to someone that were being used, a young angler or someone just getting into the sport, than sat in my bait bag just festering. And then a load of Nash Fang twisters and a load of their long shank curve hooks as well. Also got some old Ace hooks. If any of you guys want these, then please let me know, as they've been sat in my tackle box now for a good number of years. I only tend to use the quarter crank hooks unless I'm doing any surface or zig fishing, in which case I'll use the Nash floater claws, and yeah, they're just going to waste. So if you want them, just comment below, remember to subscribe, and yeah, I'll get them on my way to you. It'd be nice to give them to a young angler or someone that's maybe a bit strapped on cash. There's nothing wrong with them, they're just patterns that I don't use and haven't used in a very long time.